Hello everyone, I am Rashi Goyal and I am pursuing BLLB from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun. And currently I am a legal intern at Lexis & Company. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the recent case of Google versus Oracle, the greatest IP battle of recent times. It finally came to an end with Google emerging as the winner, which is adjudicated by the US Supreme Court. The case that began as early as August 2010 was considered the first major legal fight in what was dubbed as the smartphone wars by the media. And it went through a lot of back and forth between the district and the federal courts before being filed in the Supreme Court and being finally decided in the Google's favor on 5th April 2021. So before going further, first let's talk a bit about API and subject matter. The subject matter of this long-lasting case was unauthorized use of over 37 packages or 11,500 lines of application programming interface, that is API, of Java programming language in developing the Android system by Google. It is presently owned by Oracle America. API is essentially a software intermediary that allows two programs or applications to interact with each other. We use APIs in almost all of our digital movements throughout the day. For Java, these APIs documents the computing libraries for use with the language itself, which was made open source, that is, freely available with the language, but required that any commercial derivative works were licensed. Google had essentially replicated the sequence and structure of the overall code by copying the delegatory methods that can call upon the methods as stored in the Java libraries. While it is the subject matter of the case, it is not very essential to perfectly understand the whole system of it, to know the legal standpoints that are argued. Now, let's move to the background of the case. In the original suit for copyright infringement, which was filed by Oracle in 2010, the District Court for the Northern District of California ruled that the subject matter was not copyrightable in the first place, even though the court agreed that Google had infringed the right of the Oracle in APIs. The case was then appealed by both the parties to the United States Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit, and in 2014, the federal court ruled that just because API also performs functions does not mean that it cannot be awarded copyright protection, essentially overruling the order which was given by the district court earlier. But the matter, to the extent of fair use, was remanded and back to the district court for further consideration. The second district court trial that began in 2016 was focused on whether Google's action fell within the ambit of fair use, and the jury unanimously agreed with Google's fair use defense. Oracle appealed the matter once again to the federal court, where the previous decision of the second district court trial was overturned in Oracle's favor, on the idea that Google's copying of API was too extensive to constitute fair use and was remanded yet again to the district court for the matter of damages. It is after this long duration of back and forth that Google filed a writ of certiorari before the Supreme Court regarding the matter of copyrightability and fair use, and they arrived at the judgment in question. The Supreme Court had previously refused to admit the writ of certiorari in 2014 after the first federal court order, but granted a hearing on the matter the second time, and finally gave an order with 6:2 majority, while one judge did not participate in the judgment. So now the question arises, should APIs be copyrightable? Copyrightability is a question that US Supreme Court refused to delve into and assumed the existence of based on the findings of federal court. It's only the majority opinion in the judgment that gives any time and effort in finding out the answer to this question, which is unsurprisingly and clearly affirmative and simply based on the statutory interpretation. Nevertheless, even APIs are not standalone computer programs. There is still hard work of a person behind it, and there is much creativity and novelty involved in the creation of it, as a cinematograph film or a novel. One school of thought around this idea propounds that just because they are functional, one should not be able to take away the copyrightability of the creative's uniqueness. So, for knowing further about this case, please go and watch my other video on the same topic, that is part 2 video. And thank you everyone for watching my video. I hope you like it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to let me know your feedback in the comment section. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy.